We have all been on the receiving end of a comment that sounds polite but leaves a lingering sting. Someone smiles warmly and says, "You are brave for wearing that." It looks like a gift, but underneath the velvet is a sharp metallic blade. A backhanded compliment is a calculated tool of social aggression. It is designed to test your defenses and shift the room's hierarchy without the risk of a direct confrontation. This logic flowchart maps the anatomy of the attack. The manipulator wants to lower your social status, but they are too cowardly to do it directly. So they encase a toxic message in a bright, polite wrapper. This creates plausible deniability, a built-in excuse that allows them to deny any bad intentions if you call them out on it. That deniability gives them two distinct traps. If you take offense and get defensive, they take this first escape route. They gaslight you. They smile and say, "Wow, I was just trying to give you a compliment. Why are you so insecure?" They retreat to safety and you look erratic. If you choose the second path, if you just smile, nod, and say thank you, you absorb the disrespect. You are quietly validating the drop in your own social status while keeping theirs completely intact. The standard manners we are taught from childhood force us into a lose-lose vacuum. Whether you react with anger or polite compliance, you hand over your power. Winning this interaction requires you to completely refuse the expected social script. You need a countermeasure that disarms the trap. The moment the fake compliment lands, you freeze your physical reflexes. Do not smile. Do not nod your head. Do not say thank you. Instead, look them directly in the eyes. Adopt a genuinely curious, analytical expression. This abrupt shift in body language acts as a hard stop to the interaction, signaling that something has gone off script. This animated schematic illustrates the next step, the literal translation. You ignore the polite wrapper and extract the toxic variable. If they say, "You are really smart for someone with your background," you ask in a flat tone, "What exactly do you mean by my background?" By isolating that specific variable, you actively strip away their camouflage. You are holding the toxic part of their comment up to the light, making it impossible for them to hide behind their fake smile. You have just demanded a literal, logical explanation for an emotional attack. The vector of social pressure instantly shifts away from you and points directly at them. Then comes the most difficult and most effective part of the strategy. You completely shut your mouth. You hold eye contact and you offer zero conversational help. Look at this gauge mapping the room's dynamic. By asking a blunt question and going silent, you create a psychological vacuum, a massive void caused by the absence of conversation. As the seconds tick by, the social tension spikes exclusively on their side of the equation. The human brain is wired to fill dead air in social settings. It feels physically heavy. By refusing to speak, you are forcing them to carry that entire cognitive weight. You have trapped them. They cannot gaslight you because you didn't get angry, and they cannot claim a status victory because you didn't accept the compliment. The burden of proof is entirely in their lap. Weaponized silence acts as an amplifier. With nowhere else to go, the manipulator has to fill the void with their own unfiltered panic. Deprived of their usual escape routes, their composure fractures from the inside out. They will begin to stutter, break eye contact, and physically backpedal as they try to process the trap failing. They will predictably try to rebuild the wrapper. They will laugh nervously and say, "Oh, I just meant it as a joke," or "I meant it in a good way." Do not let them off the hook. This is where you execute the lock-in. You keep your voice flat and say, "Okay, but I still do not understand what you meant. Explain it to me." By drawing the interaction out, you are putting their toxic behavior under a microscope. Everyone else in the room is now watching them sweat through a basic, logical line of questioning. You force them to explain their own insult, watching them choke on their words, all while you maintain a perfectly calm emotional baseline. Boundary enforcement in social conflicts relies on a total refusal to accept an attacker's framing. You do not need volume to command respect. You do not need to defend yourself or lose your temper when you apply radical logic and emotional control to a situation. Rejecting a manipulative premise forces the other person to operate within your reality, not theirs. You are simply declining to participate in a false transaction. Dissecting the poison and handing it back allows you to exit the interaction with your status intact, while the manipulator is left to explain their own behavior.